Well, thank you so much for joining again today. So, we're here with the amazing Anna Mercer. Um, the last time we did the Zoom call and interview was regarding your Empower Her.
Correct.
And now you're doing the let me see, I tried this and I messed up the first couple times. The collaborative.
The CollaBROtive, that's right. We want to integrate men's health too. We want to know, I did a little searching and a little group of a little small cohort of men and wanted to know what the pressures they faced so that I could really understand how to treat them better. And what I found was surprising. So we did a spring reopening of our Empower collaborative to integrate all of the male and female population to make sure that they felt welcome and to know that we understand what they're going through and we want to be able to help them as well. A lot of
Right.
hormonal health, depression, societal norms that we need to break through for
Mhm.
really equality's sake, and so that's why I'm here.
I love it. I love it. It's funny. You did send me some of those questions, like
Yeah.
that you had asked them. Those are
Yeah.
really, really great in-depth questions,
Oh
and
man.
I agree 100% with a lot of those questions. Like I think, as a society, deal a lot more with the depression and the anxieties and hormonal things
Right.
going up and down. And I think part of it is because we are on 24/7. When we were younger, our parents worked a 9 to 5 job, and then
Yeah.
it was done. You didn't work on the weekends. You didn't have the internet to go ahead and do emails or cut
Doom
across to
scroll.
people, or
Right.
always, you're always on point and you never
Right.
have time to shut off. But then you also have expectations that everybody wants you to live up to. And it's not just one
Right.
expectation. You have the web, you have everybody out there, you have people who are seeing you. So it's not that easy
Mhm.
just to shut off. And I feel like there's more and more of that happening. So I'm really
So
excited
much
to
more.
hear
Huh.
what you have to say today. So
Yeah, great.
enlighten us, my dear.
Well, I just think, something that I was finding was every time I would meet with a gentleman that was suffering, it seemed to be a lot of what will people think? And
Yes.
and that was really hard for me to see because, I look at humans and I see humans and I want to know what they're suffering from and how to help them. And it was amazing to hear some of the reactions being more like, well, what will people think if I'm seen here? Or what will people think if I ask for help? Or what will people think if I say that I suffered from depression? What will people think if they know that I tried to take my own life? Things like that. Um, the
Very much a
pressure,
stereotype.
it is so, and it goes both ways. I know that I don't expect anyone to open a door for me, but I'm definitely going to know that what is right is to reach out and try to open a door when I can, right? When your hands are free. And I
Absolutely.
think we call a spade and we talk about the elephant in the room, and men have it too. The
Yep.
pressures on men
And
are huge.
I think not to downplay women's depression or anxieties or things,
Not
because
at
they
all.
hold it together in a different way. But men
Yes.
hold it
Yes.
together with the fact that, the stereotype is, I'm supposed to be the breadwinner. I'm the person holding the family together. I need to
Right.
be working. I need to be, there's so many things that society expects of men.
It gives me chills to think that we are asking, so much for expression as women,
Mhm.
and yet we expect suppression of our men sometimes.
Mhm.
And boys too. I raised a man, and knowing that I tried to make sure I did it the best I could, the best way I could, but like I didn't want anyone to call him little man, right? Like
Yeah.
let him be a boy, let him be a little boy, right? Let him go through his
Yeah.
phases.
Yeah, there's
Um,
gonna be plenty of time to adult later.
right, exactly. Like you don't have to be a man. What does that even mean? And that was one of
Yeah.
the questions. And what I really got a lot of feedback on was just that, hey, there's a lot of pressure that they couldn't even name, they couldn't
Yeah.
get down to. And I go back to my dear friend who did her PhD recently on moral injury, and really those early developmental years when all the pressures put on us to be or do something in this world. And those are where those self expectations are developed. And I really want to help men understand physiologically, the voice inside your head. it's okay for men to self-deprecate more than women. I don't like that. It seems okay for men to just take it on the chin and jump up and, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't like that. I want them
Yeah.
to know that they have a safe space to come and discuss their issues. Their hormones are just as messed up midlife as women's.
Oh
So,
my gosh, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
more
Yeah.
reason to come talk to somebody, more reason to come pay attention to your body, to listen to your feelings, to express those emotions in a safe way. And most men that answered my questionnaire do not feel safe to express themselves emotionally. And that is
That's
what
sad.
I'd love to, tap into and help with, just to help them understand that even if it's the vagal breathing that grounds them, even if it's the like name your feelings, follow it down, know what you're dealing with. It's
Hmm.
okay. It's okay. So our
Yeah.
collaborative is integration, and it's all about, understanding your body, your hormonal health, your emotional health, and having a safe space to be able to do it. And we do have more female providers than male. Hopefully that will change as well. We have a male front desk. We have a male medical assistant. I
Yeah.
love having the mixed energy so that we are staying aware all the time of each um each of all the needs of everyone. So
Everybody's. Hmm. Of everybody's. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And on top of just like you don't just look at the self-care and the hormones and having a safe place, like you do every like I mean you do colds and you do, flu shots and you do Botox and you do like you have
absolutely.
an array and you see, kids pediatric all the way up to, older,
Yeah.
80s, whatever. You do
Yeah.
it all. So
We
it's
do
really,
Botox.
yeah, yeah,
So
it's
it,
really an interesting mix of everything because typically when you get that you have one person who specializes in we're just going to do hormones, and if you want to see somebody
right,
about a cold you have to go somewhere else, and for
right.
me that is annoying as hell because
I know it.
I don't want to go to an intro appointment for you to get hormones and then do another
Preferred.
intro appointment over here for and then come back to you for just do it all on
Right.
top. So it
Exactly.
is really nice that you do that.
We do. And, we've integrated walk in so that we can help people the day that they are feeling terrible, the day that they need something. And we are working on weekend hours as well. Um,
Mhm.
we want to make sure that we are available to the community for the right reasons at the right time as we can expand responsibly and take on, of course, what we can responsibly. So we want to, open up the world of making sure that everyone has access to healthcare, and that
That's
we are
nice.
fighting against some of the small business issues that come along with healthcare in a place where there's a primary source of healthcare.
Mhm.
But we are working through it, and we have a great staff of team members who have so much experience in this field that we are able to get a lot done. We are the little engine that could, as I like to say. So
Good. I love it. I love to hear that. So if you don't mind sharing, like
yeah,
I said, I read through those questions and was like,
yeah,
oh wow, and
yeah,
as a woman myself doing hormonal changes and not
yes.
and like I said, I feel like women's stress is a little different than men's stress. Like men's like I have to be the breadwinner, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. There is certain
So
things
much.
that
There's so
society
much.
expects
Yeah,
of me. And then the other part from the woman's perspective is kids, household, and then sometimes holding the husband together, making dinners, the things. So they're different, but they're just as stressful, I think,
yes. And
sometimes
they have the
based off of,
same hormonal impact.
yeah. So,
Um,
so read some of these questions and see what
yeah.
what the answers were. What did the response that you get?
Well, a lot. Yeah, some one is depression in men. Do you think depression in men goes unnoticed, and why? And every single person said the same thing. It didn't really, it was consistent that absolutely they don't even know really what to call it or how to name it. And that is a core uh, pain for me, because of course you can be feeling down, you can be having the blues, but you don't need to just, stuff it down. A lot of
Right.
stuffing, which I don't think is super
Not healthy.
surprising, but it's definitely not healthy. So, well, they didn't even know how good it would feel just to be seen and heard, just to be in a safe space to be seen and heard. Or
Hmm.
um, when do men usually turn, or who do men usually turn to when life becomes overwhelming?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, a lot of them said, I don't feel like I have anyone I should lean on.
Yeah, they don't.
Isn't that
Because again, stereotypical though, I'm
right?
supposed to hold it all together. I'm not
Right.
supposed to
And
be the person to break down and deal with anything. Just,
Alex, you and I both have sons. Would we ever
yeah,
in a million years want
yep,
them to feel that way? No.
no,
But
no. I mean,
this is what is common, the common
yeah.
theme.
And my
Um,
kids grew up with it's okay to have a conversation with somebody. It's okay to say I'm not okay. And
right.
this is why. And even still with knowing that they have a safe space to come and talk to people, whether it's me, whether it's my husband, whether it's family members, or whether really good friends, they still won't do it based off of
Exactly.
what society will think.
Sometimes what I found is, so a lot of these gentlemen who answered me are people I met in the grocery store, people I met at
I
dinner.
love it.
And so they were just fresh, and I explained what I did and who I was, and they were so willing. I said, these are going to be tough. These are going to be hard questions. But,
Right.
sometimes I think it's easier to be outside of the circle and ask the
Yeah.
question. And
Yeah, I think
so,
you're right. There's
yeah.
no ties because there's no, oh, I know her. What is she going to think about me?
Or I don't want mom to think I can't do it, right? Or I don't want
Mhm.
dad to think that I'm weak. And that's not that mom or dad put those expectations on you. It's that
Right.
society has made it not okay to be okay, or to ask
Right. Correct.
questions, or to say I'm not okay. And
Hmm.
so that's what I found from this. One of the biggest impacts was, what is something you felt as a man that you've never said out loud before? And not one of them would answer. So there's
They
a lot
didn't answer that
stuck in there.
question.
They couldn't. They just couldn't.
Ah,
And and if they did, it was really more about, I'm not enough. So the two answers that I did get, and I said small cohort, but I sent out about 25 emails and I got about 12 back.
that's just
So
a
it is
small
small,
part.
but still representing random men in our local community suffering, and they couldn't even say out loud to a stranger what they couldn't say out loud. I mean,
Yeah,
to me, that's a bigger problem. To me,
I
that's,
agree. I
yeah,
absolutely 100% agree with that. And the sad thing is that I'm going to say there's a very large amount of people, not just here but everywhere, that suffer from the same thing, and yet we still go back to the stereotypical thing, and we have learned to pick at people who have that instead of saying, "Hey, buddy, it's okay, and I'm
yeah,
here just to listen." They nitpick at it, even though they're going through the same thing, and they just want the same thing. They just want to be heard, and they just want the help. They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to communicate. To just say, "I'm here to listen." I think that's
right,
another big issue we have with our community today. We're not taught how to communicate with people, and we're not taught how to just listen and be there. I mean, we're
correct.
always on the phone, we're always doing this and the texting back and forth. That's not listening to somebody. That's not just to
Mhm.
be there if they just need someone
Right.
to talk to.
Well, and that's what we are here for. We that's why we went into business for ourselves, so that we could take the time and give the healthcare that is necessary to make the change. And I like to say that I'm like a rock being thrown into water. I'm going to make a big splash, but then
Yeah,
the ripples are what's going to make the difference.
yeah.
And so it's not going to happen overnight. I know that. But what is going to happen is, I'd like to open my doors to have more of our bros come in and really just integrate and know that they have a safe space to be and to share, and to be heard, and that we take the time on purpose, because
And you okay, I will attest to that. I went into a primary care doctor 2 years ago. Initial meeting, 7 minutes.
wow.
And I had talked to her because I was depressed, and I had talked to her about it. She goes,
Mhm.
"There's a number you can call him," and she left.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like,
Thank
"Okay,"
you for
because she
sharing that.
had 20 other patients she had to see in a certain amount of time.
Right. Right.
I was like, "But I need to talk to you." And then when I went in to see you, I think what we're an hour
I
roughly
mean,
ish.
whatever we needed, it was
Yeah,
whatever we needed, right? I mean, and
and
yeah,
I'm it
I'm
was
gonna make it
great.
up. There's times when we're gonna make it up. There's times I've had to cancel my day for crisis. And you know what?
Mhm.
I get the opportunity to do that, and that's my choice. So
Correct.
that's what I love about opening up now and being more inclusive and making sure that my providers know that they've got the time that they need to spend to just hear and listen. And they do. They do.
And
And
the fact that
I'm
they
so
have
proud.
your back, like you have their back. If
Right.
something goes sideways
Exactly.
and a patient comes in and goes, well, I had an appointment and they needed to cancel it for a crisis, someone would fill in for that, or you could
Yeah.
reschedule. But they knew that they had your support with it, and
Right.
that's huge in the workplace.
Well, and uh I'm gonna say, like, I've had I've had times when maybe I'm not well, or one of my patients isn't well, or somebody else's patients aren't well, and we clear the day and there has been frustration. You know what? I honor that. You get to be frustrated, but here's the thing, I'd do it for you. I
Mm-hmm.
will.
Yep.
And so I think that's what's different, is to know that, hey, if I need a turn, we're going to be there, and that's what we're here for, is to be there.
Yeah.
And
And it's
so
nice to know that your patients are 100% to you. Like
yeah,
that's what they mean to you.
yeah, yeah. and
Yeah.
and it is frustrating to have your appointment canceled sometimes, and that's rare. But I there have been recently, I've had two of my respondents were attempted suicide victims, men who felt the pressure, who didn't think they could see a way out, didn't
Yep.
think they had anyone that would sit with them. And we are here. And it's not just
Mm-hmm.
about depression, it's about understanding your body, understanding that we see the pressure that is put on you, that we are here to help you through it, to give you resources, to know that I had a provider sit until 6 p.m., 2 hours after we closed, just to get a patient exactly what they needed in exactly the area they needed it.
Perfect.
And I'm like, this is why we do what we do. This is why we do
And
what we
it's
do. And I'm so
and
proud of
it's
her for sticking it.
amazing for her just to stay after hours. And it's
Yeah.
for like for me, we've been through some of those things and they're not fun. And it's really rough when you get a provider that goes, that's nice, we'll see you tomorrow, have a great day.
Right.
And I'm like, I
Right.
understand that you're not in our situation and you get to go home, but
Right.
we need some help. And the only other option was the ER. And I'm like, our ER sucks. So
I'm so frustrated with that answer. It drains healthcare. It's not good for anyone. When we can handle it and we have the time, we just need our healthcare community to come together a little bit more and be a little more willing. And I've got the staff right now and the team right now to make that happen. And I'm so proud to
I'm very proud of you. And I'm really excited to see what you've come in, honestly, because we've been there, and it's not fun, especially when the doctor goes, yeah, no, not today,
yeah,
or when we're looking for something and they're like, yeah, your liability, we can't see you.
yeah, right.
That's rough. And I'm like,
And that's
dude,
heartbreaking. Yeah.
didn't you take an oath to help out? And I'm bringing them in to get the help, and we couldn't get it.
Well, I am just grateful that you are here with us, because I got to tell you, there is nothing like, at the end of the day, being able to say that, I did my best, and I helped the right people at the right time. And when I have to see tough patients, it's almost like the best feedback I can get is maybe one of my worst days, because it
Mhm.
tells me that I'm trying hard and I care a lot and I'm still in it for the right reasons. If
And
every
you
day
did your
were just
job.
easy, you know,
Yeah.
but
And you do your job the way you do your job because you care, because you love it.
right, exactly. And
Yeah.
and then I get to see them come back, and I
Mhm.
get to see the reviews, and I get to see their words, and I get to see their lives, where they actually step into it and start living it, instead of preparing to live someone else's expectations. And I
Yeah.
won't have that. I won't have that. So
Well, the nice thing is like it's baby steps, right?
yep.
Great. In the whole grand scheme of things, you need this. Well, we're gonna start here, which will do the ripple effect here.
One step
And
at a
go
time.
here,
That's
and
right.
then but the patience there of having them understand it's not an overnight thing. It's okay that it's not an overnight thing. And we're gonna
Absolutely.
start here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, and we have got you the entire way.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
not in it by yourself. You have a safe spot. Please come see us. And it's just going to be one of those things where it's just a slow journey. It's not an overnight sprint. It's a slow journey to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. We
Yeah.
welcome the business. We welcome the controversy. We welcome everyone's opinions. And I think that's the best place to start. It is really been an honor to be able to help people the way that I feel like they deserve to be helped,
Right.
whether or not they are the highest payer or the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
it doesn't. Yeah, the paycheck doesn't matter at that point in time. Making sure that somebody's taken care of and can live the life that they want
exactly.
is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit more. Like I said, I know you've got the CollaBROtive. Is that up and running right now? It's open. It's ready to
Absolutely.
go.
We are taking new patients every single day. We have the walk-ins. We have our bro talks. We are,
Botox.
you
That's
know,
awesome.
listen, aging is not easy sometimes, but I've been doing Botox since 2015 and Botox. I've been doing a lot of, female healthcare and aesthetics, but men do it too. And
Yeah.
I'm glad to serve any man who's willing to come in and say, look, I don't mind that I'm aging, but I just want to know what this is about. Let's talk through it. Let's talk through your hormones. Let's talk
Yeah.
through your bouts of, I'm sorry. Let's talk through what you're feeling and what you're going through.
Yeah.
And here's what can maybe lighten your day. Just you feel like you're aging a little faster than you should. I've got something that nobody ever has to know about, but it can brighten you. And if you
Yeah.
feel better, you feel your best, then you're going to give your best.
And there's no shame, right? Like everybody's like, oh, you had
Absolutely
work.
not.
Like, whereas you had work done. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm happy. So does it matter? you know?
We all know that when you're feeling down and you put your best suit on, you tend to perform a little bit better. And
Yeah.
that's what it's about, is just showing up and knowing that someone's in your corner all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it
Absolutely.
doesn't matter whether you're male or female. We empower her to bring your bros in at our CollaBROtive. So
I love it. So now
yeah.
you're in Jacksonville.
Yes, right across from Pony Espresso, Back Porch Barbecue. And we are open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4:30, and we are working on Saturdays. We do walk-ins, so you don't even need an appointment. If you're curious and you want to stop by and you need a tour, bring it on in. So
Perfect. So phone number that they
yes,
can call to get an appointment.
absolutely. 458-220-7597. You can text, call, and we will get you scheduled.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate the time that you took to spend with us today. I also appreciate the fact that you just went, like, this was something that your heart needed to do. And
It
you went
was.
out and found 25 people you didn't even know about and asked them. That takes a lot of guts. And
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
So I'm
Yeah.
really proud that you did that. And they actually had an opportunity to say something. So that's gotta
Yeah.
be kind of cool for them too. So
Well, I
well,
couldn't
I
have done
look
it without you. I couldn't have done it without you, Alice. I really appreciate it. I
uh,
love your podcast. I love what you do. I love your
thank you.
coaching. We
Thank
are
you.
changing the world, girlfriend. So
That's it. That's it. So you can do the healthcare, I'll do the finance
you
and the
got it. You got it.
business, and we'll just we'll work this. Awesome. Well, you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much. And like
Thank
I
you,
said,
Alice.
I'm really excited for you and the next journey. Okay.
Yes. All right. Bring your bros in.